Good afternoon, and welcome to the DFS Army YouTube channel. I'm Razzle and you can find me on X at Razzle11Grinds. We are here to take a look at some pitching for today, the 6th of July. It is Monday, and we do have a 7-game main slate ahead of us this evening, starting about 25 minutes earlier than normal on a regular main slate. So just pay attention to that. But I don't believe we have much to worry about from a weather standpoint. I think there's a little bit of rain in Washington, but it shouldn't be too terrible. Plus, I don't know that we're really considering pitching in that matchup this evening. A reminder that this is a first look at the pitching options on the slate, and I will be looking at DraftKings as that is where a majority of my action is. If you play in FanDuel, cut my pool in half or so. Pricing isn't quite as tight. You don't have to be as creative. It allows you to get stacks you want with an upper tier-ish pitcher. Now let's just jump right in. First matchup, interesting game between the Yankees and Rays. The Yankees offensively have struggled quite a bit recently, and I think we're going to Griffin Jax. I haven't played him this year. I don't believe I played him at all as a starting pitcher. Finally approaching 90 pitches 2 starts ago. Finally pitched 6 innings last start. Now he can have home run issues. It's over the last 6 starts, it's been 0 home runs allowed or 2+. So that's obviously a worry against the Yankee squad full of power. But for the same reason I was big on Joe Ryan yesterday, I am going to be on Griffin Jax. I don't think Jax has the same upside as Joe Ryan, that's for sure. But given the pitching options on the slate, I think I'd be pretty happy with 18 to 20 out of Griffin Jax tonight, if I'm being honest. The other side, Cam Schlittler, I don't expect him to be overly popular. 11K, high price point for a guy taking on a Tampa Bay squad that doesn't necessarily strike out all that much. And he's coming off of an atrocious start where he allowed 4 home runs in 4 innings. With that said, he obviously has upside. He struck out 8 the first time he faced Tampa Bay this season. He's at his best when on the road, which is where he's at this evening. His road numbers, if you look at them, are at the bottom of the player card, are absolutely phenomenal. Whip of 0.78, average against 169, and an ERA of just 1.03 on the road with 73 Ks in 61 innings. It's about, 10.8 per 9, roughly. Pretty strong number. I just don't expect him to be super popular given the price point. Plus, the Dodgers are on a slate with a huge run total, so it's kind of tough to pair Schlittler with a main Dodger stack. So, going to be one of the best GPP plays, in my opinion. It's just, I don't know if we can afford to get super overweight on him, unless we find a value stack that we absolutely love tonight. Washington-Houston, game I mentioned at the beginning with some potential rain. I'm not really interested in the pitcher. Miles Mikolas gets lit up plenty. Mike Burrow struggles a lot with left-handed bats. He has some outings that are pretty solid, but I just don't like the matchup against Washington. So I'm just not getting to Burrows on this slate. Mets-Braves, we get 2 pitchers that I think I might sprinkle in. Freddie Peralta's all over the place in his performances. He really hasn't been great this season, so it's tough to trust him. Just 1 earned allowed the first time he faced the Braves, but just 2 strikeouts, sorry. Not the most ideal. He has struggled mightily on the road as well, which is where he's pitching this evening. So a lot of things just say don't play for Freddie Peralta. Problem is this slate just feels like you have to mix in some of these guys you don't necessarily want to play, just in case. On the other side, Reynaldo Lopez. I think he's probably a better play than Freddie Peralta, but he just finally was extended out to 69 pitches in 5 innings last start. As you saw, the 2 prior to that, he stuck around the same pitch total mark, so I wonder if they're going to keep him around 5 innings and 70 pitches again, which does really limit the upside. But again, this is a slate where 18 out of him could be good enough. He did put up 23.4 in that last one in just 5 innings, so he's had success at the major league level as a starting pitcher. So I think he can do it again, so he's probably somebody we need to mix in. I'm willing to gamble on him a little bit more than I am Freddie Peralta. Milwaukee, St. Louis, I'm just not interested in Shade Drohan. If he wins the slate tonight, so be it. I'll survive, I guess. Just not all that excited. Maybe I should be considering him, but I'll just continue to not. Now, on the other side, what do we do with Dustin May? Last time he faced Milwaukee, he put up 30 DK points. That was during the beginning of a really strong stretch. 3 starts ago, he put up 46 DK points. What's happened since his complete game shutout? He's been lit up in 2 2/3 innings, 11 earned. He got hit with a line drive or comebacker last time out and left early, but as you see, the bullpen didn't really do him any favors either. I'm going to sprinkle him in. It feels gross, but given the slate, he just has so much upside. At least he's shown it over the last month to month and a half, that if he has anything near that one of those games, he's easily going to end up as SP1, kind of based on the options that we do have on this slate. So it's kind of one of those ones where you're just like, I know it feels terrible, but this is what we're going to do. He is at his best when pitching at home so far with the Cardinals, so that's obviously a plus thing for us coming into tonight. Arizona, San Diego. Brandon Pfaadt, I'm not getting the Pfaadt. He looked decent in his return, just 2 strikeouts though against San Francisco. I think there's definitely K-ability in this matchup. San Diego has struck out a bit more this season than the last couple of years, but I'm just not interested in Brandon Pfaadt. He went just 66 pitches as well in his return to the major league level. Just not going to get there. The other side, I didn't think I am sprinkling. English is hard. I do believe that I am sprinkling in Walker Buehler. Last start was atrocious against the Cubs. The wind was blowing out in Wrigley. The Cubs just absolutely dominated that game. 2 starts before that, 20.4 DK points in each of those 2. 12 strikeouts across 10 2/3. He's getting, prior to last game, we take out that win game. 5 straight starts where he allowed 1 earned run. So I think he's all right enough given the slate. He is far better when pitching at home, which is where he's at this evening. Doesn't feel great. Doesn't feel sexy. Doesn't make you feel sexy using him, but there's a little bit of a chance that he's in the winning GPP lineup this evening. Game in San Francisco where I love using pitching. We get a Toronto offense that's struggling mightily. They still don't strike out a whole lot, but they are striking out more than normal. And they're just bad offensively right now. Taking on Landon Raup, who looked horrendous in his last start, 6 walks. That's pretty gross as well. But I do think he's pretty viable, especially at home. Over 17 DK points per game at home on the season. His K number is pretty strong at home. 46 Ks in 37 innings, just 2 home runs allowed in San Francisco. Feels really, really solid. Just given the recent struggles of Toronto plus the ballpark. Raup's not really a guy that I normally roster, but tonight he's going to be one of my top 3 or 4 guys. I haven't figured out my rankings just yet, but one of the guys that's near the top here is Kevin Gausman, returning to San Francisco, who we pitched for a few years ago. Great ballpark, like I mentioned. Now, obviously, he's a lot more volatile this year than we're used to seeing out of Kevin Gausman, and he's definitely had some issues on the road. But the one thing that's gotten him into trouble in big spots is home runs. 15 of them allowed already this season. That's obviously less likely in this ballpark. I like the spot for him. San Francisco has woke up a little bit offensively. Rafael Devers, namely, but they are coming out of Coors as well. So to go from Coors to San Francisco, vast difference in terms of offensive potential for ballparks. So I think Kevin Gausman's got to be the most popular pitcher on this slate. Last game of the evening, the Dodgers hosting the Rockies. For Kyle Freeland, Sorry, I'm not playing Kyle Freeland against the Dodgers. Coming off of, 21 DK points, had 26 DK points 3 starts ago. His last 3 starts have all come at home. But his last start against the Dodgers was in Dodger Stadium. He got lit up, 3 home runs allowed in 4 innings. Just not a great matchup. He's actually far worse on the road than he is pitching in Coors. But we've learned that over the years now. Pitchers kind of developed an ability to pitch at home in Coors, and they focus their time and effort on setting up that ability to where they end up having a little bit more struggles on the road. On the other side, you get Eric Lauer. 6 innings in each of his last 3. 3 earned runs or fewer in all 3. But the problem is he hasn't really racked up any strikeouts, and walks have been an issue. 8 strikeouts, 7 walks over his last 3 starts. I do think it's a decent matchup, so he's going to be sprinkled in because he can drop 20. His first start with the Dodgers came against these Rockies in LA, and he put up 20.5 DK points. So I think that's kind of his upside at this point. But like I mentioned a couple times, 18 to 20 is going to be good enough, most likely, for at least the SB2 spot in our lineup. So, but there we have it. There's our first look at the pitching on the slate. If you enjoy what I bring to you, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and get the alert anytime we drop videos here at DFS Army. If you want to join us, get access to our coaches, tools, sheets, Discord, etc., I will drop links in the description below. You can use promo code RAZ, that's R-A-Z, for 10% off any MLB package monthly, or Best Ball 2026 gets you 20% off any NFL or VIP Core 4 membership. The Core 4 does include MLB. That 20% off is good for the life of your membership, and it is the best possible coupon code that we have right now. And there will be a link to the merch store. Check out my hoodie, some of the other designs that we have. Hit my comments. Let me know what you're doing with Kevin Gausman tonight. Feels like it's just a must play. Or are you going to prefer to go to the route side? And what do you think about Jacks versus the Yankees? It's another key spot for me on this slate. So best of luck, everybody.